What do you think is required for transformation, the support that people need
Mhm.
that they don't realize, or that most thought leaders think they don't realize going into it?
Yeah. So there really is three things. And this is what we found. Um, so obviously you need a world-class strategy, right? So the content itself, if you want to call it content, let's just say the solution, the formula, the information piece, right? That information has got to be world-class. It's got to be good enough so that if somebody follows it step by step, it will actually solve the problem. Now, right there, that eliminates like 95% of the different programs and things that are out there, because either it's just a grab bag of information, or it's like a bunch of unproven ideas, or it's just, kind of thrown together where they just throw a bunch of information at you and it's not step by step. Most of the information that's out there is not very good. And I think, you read 10 books on any given topic and that becomes really obvious really fast, where like there'll be like one guy out of the 10 that really knows what he's talking about. So right there, you've got to have a world-class solution to the problem. Okay. But that's not enough, because like we talked about, just giving people the answer and then setting them free to go figure it out that's not going to get the job done. Maybe if the person is very smart and very motivated and really has their stuff together, but that's one client in 200 or one client in 1,000, So the information has to be world-class. The next thing that has to be world-class is you have to give world-class strategic support. So for example, in our program, we teach people how to market their high ticket programs the way that we market ours. And so in order to do that, we have to teach them how to do a great webinar. We have to teach them how to do Facebook ads. But we also have to go the extra mile and give them all the support that they need around that. So for example, my team works with our clients to write a Facebook ad that's brilliant. My team works with our clients to write a webinar that's brilliant. My Facebook people are telling them exactly who to target and exactly how to set up their account, exactly what the bidding strategy is, every piece of it. And that's something that requires handholding, because the truth is, the way that a relationship coach or dating coach is going to market their business is probably very different in the details than the way like a fitness coach or a business coach is going to market their business. And someone has to come in and bridge that gap and show them how to do it right.
Yeah. So you're really one-on-one support where it's advice customized to their situation.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say hand holding, or you're writing a Facebook ad or doing a webinar, what do you mean by that?
What I mean is that let's say somebody comes to work with us who's a chiropractor. Okay. We've had a lot of chiropractor clients, and they're great at cracking backs. They're great at snapping necks and, whatever they do, but they don't know anything about marketing. So it's like, okay, great. I can show you our step-by-step format for making a webinar, right? And I can explain it to you in great, great detail, make it as easy as I possibly can. But at the end of the day, you don't have 10, 20 years of copywriting and marketing experience under your belt. And so even if that information is fantastic, the job that you're going to do is probably not as good as the job that someone who does have that experience is going to do. So the way that we bridge that gap is I show you how to do it. You do it, you submit it to my team, and we rewrite it together until it's absolutely perfect. So you get to sort of borrow not just our strategy, but borrow our skill set as well. So when you teach people information, it's great, because that information is probably going to be the same, like for 80% of your clients, or you're going to cover 80% of the same stuff with every single client. That's the stuff you want to put in your videos and the stuff, so you don't have to say that stuff over and over again. But there's that 20% that needs to be individually custom tailored for each and every client. That's the part where you need to provide that live support. And it doesn't have to be one-on-one. You can do it in a group call. Like we do Zoom calls, and on the Zoom calls, we have like breakout rooms where we have like a copy room where if you need help with your copy, you can go here. We have a Facebook room. If you need help with your Facebook stuff, you go here, and so on. So that you can do it in a leveraged way, so you still have your freedom. But by adding that extra dimension of support, the results your clients get, it's going to be night and day better than if you were just giving them the information and sending them on their way. But there's actually a third piece that goes in it too. So you need world-class information, you need world-class strategic support, but I believe you also need world-class mindset support. And this is something I resisted for a really long time, because look, man, I'm not a mindset coach. I'm a strategist, a business strategist. And so I figured, man, look, I give people the best strategy in the world. I hold their hand and coach them every step of the way to how to implement it, do this, then do this, rewrite their webinars, whatever it takes. I thought that would be enough. And what we found and then that's originally how Clients on Demand, our program was built. But what we found as we went on is that what really got in people's way wasn't that they didn't know how to they couldn't do the strategy. It was fear. It was fear. It was self-doubt. It was overwhelm. It was self-sabotage. Even things like, oh, Russ, I just had my first $100,000 month and I'm freaking out. I'm like, wait, what? What are you, what are you freaking out about? You just made $100,000 in 1 month. But that was more money than anybody who had ever lived in their family at any point throughout all of human history had ever made. And so they hit that like comfort zone and just would freak. So what I did was I hired some of the best mindset and performance coaches in the world to come and be on my team. And that was like the second game changer, because now, if you can have the best strategy in the world, but if you're terrified and you're in fear and you're in overwhelm, you're never going to be able to execute it properly. And if you want results, you have to be operating outside your comfort zone, because if those results were in your comfort zone, you'd have those results already. So there's stuff that you need to do that you've never done before, that freaks you out, that you're afraid of, that you're in resistance on or whatever. And somebody's got to be there to coach you through that piece. So if you have those three components, if you have a great solution, a world-class strategic support, and world-class mindset support, then you can have a program that's really transformational and that can really command a $5, $8, $10, $15,000 price on the front end.
Yeah.